Hi guys, welcome back. Welcome back. All right, everybody. So we are going to go ahead and get started here doing a Cancerian video because hey, it's Tuesday. So try to put out the Cancerian videos on Tuesdays and let's get started. Now, I like to do these ones, make them just maybe a little bit longer since I just do one Cancerian a week, although I did a bonus for you guys like 2 days ago because everybody else was getting a March read. So I thought Cancerian should as well. So, and that'll be how it goes. I'll add in sporadic bonuses here and there. And if I see that I get a lot more Cancerian watchers, a lot more interaction, a lot more thumbs up, then I'll start increasing the number of Cancerian videos I put out if I see that you guys are wanting more. So you just let me know. I'm happy to do more. It's just I wait to see the change and see the viewership and the interaction go up. So that's just how I operate so that I'm not, I always say don't put out a buffet if nobody wants to eat it, right? But if you're hungry, I'll give you more. All right, so we got the Page of Pentacles. Oh, before I go any further, please be safe. There's scammers out pretending to be me, making fake accounts. Don't ever give anybody money. If you think they're me coming into the comments, contacting you, I don't do that. I don't sell readings. I don't ask you for gift cards. I don't give financial advice. I don't ever give you links and ask you to contact me or phone numbers. I don't have a Facebook. I don't have Twitter or X or Meta or Rumble or any other thing. You'll only find me here. I do have an Instagram for my other main channel, which is Kate's Regretless Life. So I do have another YouTube channel and I do have an Instagram for that, but I really haven't posted anything on Insta in like 3 years. So please don't get sucked in by the scammers. They're out in force right now. Stay safe. Keep your money in your own pockets. I don't sell you anything. All right, here we go. Page of Pentacles. Sorry about all that, but it's better for me to remember to tell everybody this. Okay, so we start out with possibly a nice little offer, something that could be maybe it's just a nice offer of a good hug. Maybe somebody's going to offer support on a day when it's going to be very welcome. Yeah, there's a moment of stress coming up, and yet I think the moment of stress is going to be moved through pretty swiftly. Hey, DPO, good to see you. I think the moment of stress is going to be gotten through pretty swiftly. There's going to be I don't know which direction to go. Wait a second. Yes, I do. Now, the thing is, with the Two of Wands in the reverse, usually Two of Wands is like, it can be stressful because we got to make a choice. But this says the choice, there's only one way forward. And that could indeed be where the nervousness is coming from. But sometimes that shrinks stuff down. It's like, okay, there's only one way to get through this, and that's to go through it. It's just to do it. But I feel like Cancerian is going to have support, or they're going to be offering their support to someone. If it, we have a leap of faith and we have the Tower. Okay, so it's definitely going to be a change, a shakeup. Let me see what this might be about. It's something that's going to require a character to just do the brave thing. Hey, Jojo, good to see you. All right, here we go. Jojo, you're right. It is 11:11, or it was a second ago. All right, we have Empress and we have Princess of Swords. Here's the thing. This could be a situation that Cancer doesn't really want to have to step up and be the person in charge, but they were born for this. They were born for this. They may have no choice but to step into a leadership position. They may have no choice but to step into, the Empress can be anything from the boss to literally a mother, a marriage partner. It's someone who's going to run an empire, whatever that empire looks like. It's so funny though, because I think it's almost cute that this Cancerian is like, oh my God, I'm so nervous about this. I can't believe I'm going to have to do this. And I think this offer is coming into them. It's not really an offer. It's like, hey, Cancerian, here's the thing. We're going to need you to step into the position. Tomorrow you're in charge. And Cancerian is like, what? No, I did not sign up for this. I don't. And they're like, yeah, sorry, but you got to do it. We got nobody else. You're the one who's qualified. You're the one. Just jump into it. We got you back. We know you're going to be great. It's going to change the situation for Cancerian because they're stepping into a position of greater authority in their life or in their business. Yes, it will be a learning curve. Yes, there will be things that they're going to need support around them. The message on this is that when Cancerian gets pushed into something, that they keep saying, I'm not ready, I'm not ready. And yet other people have confidence in Cancerian. And I think Cancerian is ready in this storyline. They are Empress material. Whether they're masculine or feminine is irrelevant. This Cancerian is straight up Empress material. They are the kind of person who can run the empire. But the key is they don't have to have all the right answers for everything. Life is dynamic. We're going to continuously have to make hard decisions in life, like all the time, all the time. And the more we are taking responsibility for things, the more decisions we'll have to make. But the beautiful thing is we get a chance to first gather information before we make decisions. We can seek other counsel. So this Cancerian is going to have to step into a position of greater authority, but they're not going to be just out swinging in the wind and they've got to figure it all out and they better never make a mistake. It reminds Cancerian, use the resources around them. Ask other people their opinions about, data, things that are going to be like good pieces of information. This is collecting valuable information so we can make good choices. Not like, I don't know what to do. Will somebody tell me what my job is or tell me how to run my empire? No. It's like the reason, in big power structures, we usually have like the cabinet of people that, are advisors. It's because one person can't possibly go out and compile all the data and crunch all the numbers to then be able to make decisions about 50 million things. So they have a bunch of advisors who are responsible for different segments. You delegate and you ask different people, you be responsible for this, bring me the information, I'll make the ultimate decision. You be responsible for this. Hey, I need information about that. Who can I reach out to? Who's the expert in this or that? And then I'll make decisions. So I don't think Cancerian is going to be, especially if this is like a work related thing, they are getting a promotion. They're being put in a position of greater authority. But the first and most important message is for them not to think everything is just on their shoulders. It's that now they have the opportunity to delegate. So where they get their sources of information should be probably the most important thing. Now, please remember, these are fictional stories. I'm not telling you what to do or how it's going to go. This is about a fictional character. But this fictional character, the most, like, I think the best and most supportive message that comes through is that when you're in a power position, don't freak out about, oh my God, I have to know all the right answers. The best way for them to use their energy is to first seek accurate data, seek the sources that are going to give the accurate data. So then the decisions can be made with confidence. I think that's a pretty sound message on that. It's not about delegating so other people do the work. It's like, I need excellent researchers to bring me information that I can work with, and then I know I can make confident decisions because I got a big old brain, but so do other people. So I need to compile the best of what we've got. I need the best think tank possible. Death card, 9 of Wands. You know what? I think it's going to be a really great turning point in Cancerian's life. We already have them doing things differently from here on out. Yes, it's higher authority. Yes, it's more responsibility. But like I said before, it's like this is what they were born for. They're just now stepping into the limelight. Life needed to change with that Death card, Scorpio energy, and that 9 of Wands. I really think this is going to kind of improve Cancerian's entire life. They're if they were undercutting themselves, maybe that's why they're being pushed into a position that they really said, no, I'm not ready, I'm not good enough. And the universe is like, screw that, yes you are. Get up there where you belong. Step up to the top of the pillar here. You should do this. You're meant for this. You're going to be a great leader. It's time you accept the role. Don't keep beating yourself up thinking somehow you don't know enough. Sometimes the people who've made the most mistakes in life are the ones who also have the most wisdom. So this is like, it's going to really help to heal either the confidence or the self-image of our character, because other people already believe in this Cancerian. So I really think this is all about a character who is stepping into their power, possibly in a career sector on this one. All right, here we go. Let's keep on moving. We've got the Emperor, we got the 10 of Pentacles, and we got the 9 of Swords. Wow, we kind of keep having energies here of worry. And yet this time it's coming from an Emperor. So you notice that we have a perfectly matched pair. An Emperor, Empress, with the 10 of Pentacles. is this going to be one of those situations where I'm thinking that was about career avenue, but it's like running parallel to Cancerian's storyline. We have the story of an emperor, possibly an Aries, someone who's already in a profound position of authority, someone who already has a great deal of responsibility, and they're very comfortable with that aspect. They're a confident emperor, whereas Cancer is just now stepping into the energy of the Empress. We have someone who's probably well versed in running their empire over here, but they have worries about something else. What is it that they have worries about? It's so funny how these two have like a parallel but inverted storyline. Ten of Wands in the reverse, the Star. Okay, so what they're worried about, I'm going to say, Star is wishes, hopes, dreams. It can also be becoming famous. They too may find themselves being more or less shoved into the limelight. And on one hand, they may not be able to stop this from happening themselves, and they're nervous as they're kind of like the person who's been running the scene or running the show behind the scenes, very comfortable with that, but not so comfortable being in a position where everyone's going to know their name or see them. Now, I could also read this in an alternate way where it's like this could be an emperor who's really good at business stuff, but that star can be someone that they see as amazing, a wish fulfillment. Maybe this is the Cancerian. Let me ask, what's their interaction toward the Cancerian? Because I'm kind of starting to wonder if they're nervous about the way they feel. I said, what's their interaction with the Empress or with the Cancerian? We have Empress and we have the Three of Cups. Oh, Cancerian makes them nervous. Is this going to be if I were going to step back, these stories are completely interwoven. Okay. We have a Cancerian. Let me regroup for a second. We have a Cancerian that is being pushed upward in life, being pushed into a position of greater authority and greater power in their own life. They may be suddenly, let's say it's about business. The scenario could be they are becoming someone who's going to be in a greater position of authority in their business industry. That's going to require them to now be the person who reaches out to other companies, sits down in meetings, does a lot of interacting. One of the people they may be suddenly having to have intimate conversations with about business related things could be the emperor of some neighboring company. Someone whose company is already doing very well. Maybe this is about a business merger. The thing is, the emperor is freaking nervous as hell because they're dealing now with the Cancerian, who's an empress, and she rattles them. It doesn't have to be a she, could be masculines or feminines, doesn't matter. But for the purpose of this story, we're going to talk about Cancerian like it's a she because they come up as an empress. They're rattled, sitting down, chit chatting, especially this looks like it's business related, and that ain't what the emperor's thinking about. No wonder they're rattled. They're good at business stuff. But what do they do when they're sitting across from somebody who they're thinking is hot? Someone who they're thinking they're attracted to, someone who they're thinking is a freaking star. They're very impressed with this Cancerian. It's so funny how, however, this I feel like they're both in business somehow and they're interacting, and it's overwhelming for this emperor because they're good at business. They're not so good about emotions or attraction. Justice in the reverse. You know what? The thing is, the universe is like, yeah, but that's why these two are perfect together. The two of them are equals. There isn't an imbalance here. The two of them are supposed to meet. The two of them, even though they're 12, Cancerian was nervous about becoming the Empress. The Emperor, meanwhile, is nervous about meeting the Empress. And it's kind of cute because they're actually really well matched. They're beautiful, powerful individuals that both have this kind of like little chink in their armor, which is, they're human. They get their own fears going on sometimes, but that's also what makes them a great match. They're not going to do each other wrong because they actually both have a huge dose of like really endearing humbleness about them, is what I would say. Tell me what goes on with these two. Oh, Cancerians, I'm so enjoying this. We got the Fool, got the Four of Pentacles, we got the Eight of Swords. They're going to do some stutters in this, meaning they're going to plan to connect and then they're both going to hold back and maybe not do anything. It could be one of those where they talk about, hey, you know what, maybe we'll let's sit down and, let's do this again. Let's have drinks again. And then crickets on both sides. I feel like these two are going to have a hard time getting things going. I believe I saw something like this in the last Gemini video I did also. I think it was Gemini. I vividly remember a storyline where I was kind of chuckling because I'm like, oh my God, these two feel so rusty. Like they're so uncomfortable, like trying to pursue something like dating. They're rusty on that, even though they're great people. These two, I do think that they meet, they're uncomfortable, and then nothing. And then they go back to the drawing board a little bit. Okay, let me get grounded. Somebody may take a vacation in the meantime, and that could be a much needed reprieve to like get their head on straight. We do have temperance energy here, so we've got some Sag coming through, but they need to get things in focus with that Two of Wands. Get things in focus, get grounded, get balanced. And I think somebody takes a vacation and just like doesn't. It's a like, thank God I don't have to reach out right now because you know what, I'm about to take a vacation. I'll figure this out afterwards. I definitely feel like that Nine of Pentacles is, I don't know why, but I feel like it's on the Emperor's side. They may kind of disappear out of the Empress's life for a while. What's Empress going to be doing in the meantime while that Emperor is on vacation? And they kind of need to like sweat it out and get over their jitters. Empress, meanwhile, is in hermit mode. Hierophant and Strength card, good. So our Cancerian is going to have some much needed time to maybe ease into this new role of confidence in their life. They may find themselves just getting comfortable within their own skin a little bit as this newfound Empress, somebody who's got more authority, got more power, got more responsibilities, easing into, you know what? I can do this. Let me think about this. Why is my life going this way? Why have things changed? Why do I feel this energy of me like stepping up? Let me think about this. Let me connect to my higher self. The Hierophant can be like the big boss also. Heck, I mean, this could be like, the first 6 weeks of any new position, there's a lot to learn. And I feel like this is, walking up the steps, one step at a time. That's the knowledge, that's the comfort zone. Maybe there's some need for Cancerian to do an extra studies, book sessions or something. But this is like they're working for the big CEO or something, and they're getting that confidence and they're recognizing, I do got this. I got it going on. I can do this. Yeah, I am meant for this. So this is great because Cancerian and this Emperor, I think when they first meet, it's like, oh my God, run away, run away. And I think it's just as good that they get I don't know why I want to say like 6 weeks apart for a while, because Cancerian really has to ease into this new Empress energy. Meanwhile, that Emperor really needs to get over their jitters of meeting somebody that they're quite wowed by. I mean, if they saw Cancerian first as the star, that's their first impression of this Cancerian, that could be overwhelming because it's like, oh my, I don't know what to do with this. I'm not used to being intimidated by someone. I'm an emperor. I run my business, my company well, but now I'm looking at somebody and it feels like they're a star. What do I do about that? And they kind of need time to get their jitters out because I think that's unfamiliar turf for this emperor. So what happens with the two of them over time? Obviously, it's going to take some time. We got Two of Coins. Chariot in the reverse could take quite a bit of time because they go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Is there, when are we going to meet again? I don't think either person is like actively reaching out. I think there's a lot of thought about each other, but no real action being taken, at least for, I don't know, maybe 2 months. And then what do we have? Knight of Wands. Summertime's going to bring something else. Eight of Wands. Page of Coins in the reverse. I think they're going to later, unexpectedly almost, encounter each other. I don't think this is a formal arrangement. I don't think anybody's reaching out to the other saying, hey, so listen, been thinking about you. I do not think that they're going to be discussing anything like that. I think it's going to be more of a natural evolution. It feels like, even here, it's like maybe they they interact because somebody flies back. Maybe somebody comes back from that vacation or wherever they've been. There's something really kind of exciting, but this feels like it's almost a serendipitous like energy. Here's what I would say. By the time they interact again, I think that this Cancerian is going to be feeling their oats. They're going to be feeling pretty darn good, pretty darn confident. They could be the ones who are like really warm and open and like, oh, so good to see you again. I've been, adjusting to this new role I'm in. How you been? Tell me everything. What's been going on? They could have a really nice comfort zone that doesn't feel like formal, or there is no like letter being written. There is no list of awkward things that I should bring up. There's no preparation needed. This seems very spontaneous when they see each other again, which is nice because again, they had to get over their jitters and get to the point where this isn't going to be a massive orchestrated ordeal, but rather just a normal human. The one thing they're going to avoid talking about is, hey, I think maybe we should get married at some point in life. They ain't going to talk about that. In fact, they're going to hide that and suppress it like crazy, because this is a Seven of Swords. Lion hiding the idea that for some reason, I think both of them have it flash through their minds like, for some reason, I think I'm marrying this cat, which is why I'm going to act like that is the least thing in the back of my brain. Boy, these two really have to suppress what they're thinking underneath it all. Are they ever going to get beyond that? Because I feel like it's going to be a slowly evolving connection. Okay, so we got a King of Cups. So yes, emotions eventually will surface. Three of Wands, I usually look at that as a span of 3 months. So first we have them at least separated for 6 weeks to 2 months, then serendipitously connecting, and then maybe 3 months after that, finally connecting. And it could even be like, hey, yeah, I have a vacation home. You should go there if you're going to take a vacation this summer. And it could even be like, well, you could work from, I still work when I go on vacation. I feel like somebody owns a place, someplace maybe tropical or maybe just off a coastline or by the beach or something like that. I feel like the Emperor is going to invite an Empress to go to some either like vacation home or to go someplace it's like a seminar or something like that that is by the coast. And it's like, hey, it could be under the guise of a work thing. That ain't why they want to go there with the Empress. I know this is a highly specific storyline. I can't help it. We've got a 5-month-long storyline of characters that meet first through business, suppress emotions and attraction, which is just as well because they got to step into these different energies and roles that they're now playing before they get around to starting to feel a comfort zone with each other. And then they kind of still, under the guise of work, start to build a connection. There's an emotional bond, but it's also still like, let's keep working on the trust, the camaraderie, the energy. It's interesting because these two are going to be able to like somehow take a trip together that could be work related, but it's a chance for them to like be around each other. And usually when you take a trip with someone that you're dating, like that's kind of a big step. Okay, how do we do traveling together? How do we do being in a different city, different circumstances together? I feel like these two have a unique scenario where they're going to be able to do that because of work. They're either meeting, going to the same seminar, the same training program, the same whatever it is, and I think it's going to be really great for them. 10 of Cups, 3 of Coins. By the time they get back from that, it could be pretty solidified that we're not just friends, are we? We're not just business people. Yes, I want to work with you in business, but we're more than that, aren't we? I really like the evolution of this. I think it's a wonderful vibe for our characters to get a chance to build something so solid with it just being kind of this gentle one step at a time. This is not it's not one of those romance stories where it's just all hot and heavy and crazy. I think it's the best kind of romance story because it feels like there's never insane, emotional roller coaster. Rather, it's two people like, when you ease into cold water and you can't wait to swim, but on the other hand, it's hard to step in. So you kind of go in a little bit and then you let your body adjust. And then you go in a little bit deeper and you kind of let your body adjust. And then finally you're ready to swim and like totally like put your head under. That's how these two get to get to morph into this relationship. And I think they build trust at every level as they sink a little deeper into the idea of being around each other. Really nice. Other topics. I like to do a little bit longer Cancerian video because right now I only put out one per week. Well, although last week I put one out also, two last week. If you didn't catch that one in March, for the energy of March, you can see that video. It's in the Cancerian playlist. But we've got this Knight of Swords that is sideways. There's some delayed information coming in to Cancerian's life, or Cancerian is going to be delayed. Magician, Emperor, Knight of Wands, Seven of Pentacles. Okay, this could be a delayed gift, like even an inheritance, perhaps. It could be coming from a father figure. It could be coming from, if somebody wants to manifest something, but they haven't yet conveyed it or sent the letter, or maybe they're working on something behind the scenes. At some point, I feel like it's some kind of a gift or something that will be wonderful in Cancerian's life later. The Seven of Pentacles is obviously about growth. And for some reason, I'm looking at this Emperor like a father figure. Doesn't have to be a father per se, but it's somebody who's in a profound position of authority. And somebody who has been, like, they want to run something past Cancerian. It could be something Cancerian's going to be really excited about, but this still is, it's yet to come to pass. There's a delay for a reason. Either Cancerian's not ready to receive this message. And by the way, this Emperor could also represent the universe. Sometimes I look at the most powerful card in a storytelling as the universe, particularly when I couple it with the Magician, because this is like the flow of the universe that allows for manifestation. It could be that there's something coming in for Cancerian that they're not ready for yet. They've got to, well, they're in the middle of jumping through all kinds of new hoops and getting excited and easing into this new life. But it could be that at a certain point in time, maybe 7 months from now, there will be some change, some opportunity. Yeah, Ruben, thank you. Grazie, grazie. You are so kind. Thank you for that beautiful donation, Yel. Yel, is that Noah? Do I see that picture of Noah? You got a ragdoll kitty, right? That looks like a ragdoll to me. He's beautiful. All right, we've got Eight of Pentacles. We got the Tower. We have the Hermit. We have the Six of Pentacles. We have the Sun. We have the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, I keep seeing the same thing. There is something that is in the works behind, like, the scenes for this Cancerian. It will be revealed, but not yet. We keep seeing, or I keep seeing, cards that say something is underway, something that will come to pass. We've had a lot of repeat cards here also, regardless of what deck I've been working with, right? We've already seen the Tower. We've already seen the Emperor. We've already seen the Hermit. It's interesting that it feels like a very cohesive storyline today, where we kind of keep getting, even if it's not necessarily the exact same, like just the story of an Emperor and an Empress, this overarching story of things are changing in the life of the Cancerian. Their life is getting to be like the universe is prepping them to be living at a higher level, a level of greater happiness, greater support, greater power, greater affluency, greater connections, deeper, more profound energies. And underneath all of it is that change is occurring, growth is occurring, transformation is occurring. And there is kind of like this need to assimilate this. So I think what I would take away from this is, if this is really the message of the universe is like, hey, listen, Cancerian, you're going to notice that stuff is coming into fruition for you. Things you've wanted, an energy flow, like you're getting pulled into a jet stream of greater joy and greater affluency, and you're going to notice it more and more, but you're going to have to fully embrace it. But to do that, you're going to have to adjust your mindset, prepare yourself for these opportunities. We have two ships sailing out here, followed by that Six of Pentacles, which looks like there's going to be more people to interact with. Now, this could talk about completely different, non-romantic relationships in our lives. This could talk about different opportunities coming in. But The word diversify comes into mind, like diversify your portfolio. There could be all kinds of other opportunities. And when we have other opportunities, usually we have to shunt our energy toward the new things that we're going to be looking at or doing. And we're going to let go of some of the old things because there's only so many hours in a day. This is very much a time of transformation. Cancerian is going to get new energy, new chances in their life, but they will have to leave behind some other things from their past. To put it simply, I don't think Cancerian is going to wear the same old wardrobe that they used to. I don't think that they're going to drive the same car that they used to. I don't even think that their days and nights or the restaurants that they eat at are going to be the same as they used to. They could find themselves in a lot more business meetings at really fancy restaurants. They could find themselves, trading more casual, comfortable clothing that they wore when they were a freelancer or something and could work in their pajamas from, a computer. They're going to be wearing much more elegant, even going to different events and things like that because they're moving higher up in a company. They could be taking different vacations to different places. They could be, and they're starting to recognize this, or they will recognize this. And I think it's going to be a little bit of some of the old lifestyle that they used to have, even old dreams that they used to have, are going to kind of fade into the background as it's being replaced by other hopes, wishes, and dreams that they never could have really believed would be theirs and be within their grasp. But again, all this comes a little later. This is still the easy transition into things, but it's going to happen one brick at a time. Or maybe it's not building a brick wall. It's not that. It's not even what they're building. It's more like what they're unwrapping. In my mind's eye, I don't see a brick wall being constructed or a brick building. I see them unwrapping a gigantic gift. And I think the gift is really how their life is changing, but it ultimately is how they're transforming. This Cancerian is going to discover a new side of themselves that was inside all along. It's kind of like unpeeling a banana or unwrapping a gift, but it's really just going to show who they've been and what their capacity to achieve in life has been all along. They just didn't really get a chance to explore this. This could be success that's coming later in life to a character. Sometimes we have like actors and actresses, for example, who have been in, different things when they were younger. And then by the time they get to be 65 years old, that's when they become the most famous in their entire career. And like they're a household name. And it's like, wow, how did they get, like, I think Betty White's a great example of that. She was in the industry, her whole life, it seems like, but I didn't know anything about Betty White as she was younger. I know the lovable Betty White as, a very elderly individual. That's, to me, like that was her peak. And maybe I'm wrong about that, but that's when she was a household name for me. And I'm just saying this kind of looks like it could be a character of a more mature age who's stepping into like a completely different jet stream of their life. But it's what they've always been meant for. I mean, I said that at the beginning. It's like this is what they were born for. But I do feel like this is a character coming into tremendous success. I usually look at Empresses as at least over 30, like 30 to 80. They can be Empresses younger, but I usually think of an Empress more along the lines of like about 40, 45. So it doesn't have to be, it's just in my brain, that's how if I were to pick what age is an Empress, usually somewhere in there. And it's like, they're going to be coming into the sexiest, most powerful time of their life, but also coming into one of the best relationships of their life with a fellow emperor, with somebody who really matches them. I think it's basically, I'm going to say that the best relationship of our character's life happens to be coming at also the best, most confident age of their life, and where they're peaking in a lot of their real life purpose and their real skill set, which is interesting because a lot of people think, oh, if you haven't made it by the time you're, whatever, like 30, then you probably won't be able to excel. And that is so not true. It's exact opposite. This character probably had a rough go of things when they were younger, and they're just now really at that point where it's like they're about to start experiencing big success, big satisfaction. Anyway, very different. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Really nice to see everybody. I appreciate you guys popping by. All right, so we're going to get caught up on, I didn't get to put out the collective message last night, so I will get to this one. Yeah, Ruben, thank you so much. You're so kind. Jojo, it is a pleasure. Thank you for being here. Hi, Amelia. Kula, hello, darling. How are you? Voyager 2, good to see you. All right, you guys take care. Hey, Rach. Rach, I didn't forget your request for Pisces. As soon as I'm done on this video, I'll bounce over to my other channel and I will get over to the Pisces video, okay? All right. Pure Soul, thank you for being here. Bye, guys.